We are going to deep dive and dissect your psychological to stay at the forefront of your emotional state. And the first card I'm going to pull is your current archetypical energy. The Lovers. Okay, and so now I can safely say that this reading is predominantly aimed toward not only Gemini energy, but it's also aimed toward possible potential partners or you seeking love. And the Lovers, the first card I pull is the Lovers. Okay, so we are going to look at this as a Gemini reading, and there's a few cards that I pulled. I pulled the Midheaven, which is Pentacle, and so that means that every human on the face of the planet has the challenge of living out its most potent potential, and that is what the Midheaven Pentacle is. It's living your best life. It's being the highest version of yourself. And so whoever you are headed for glory, wonderful glory, but it isn't going to be out without a little bit of opposition right now. So opposition is what creates balance, the yin, the yang, the back, the forth. This is what puts you in a balanced state. It's like redirects you and gets you into perfect alignment. So this card here relates to mirrors, interacts, confronts, makes conscious, manifests, disciplines, conflicts with, tests, and objectifies and calls out. So you could be inviting energy into your current situation that is challenging you, people, places, things. You may be encountering past stagnant energy, and you're immediately nipping that in the bud and moving out. The Lovers can also signify, the twin flame sacred fire journey, because this is the conscious and subconscious coming into cohesive agreement. It's like a conjunction. And a conjunction is when two polars are dancing around each other and magnetizing each other. And so that's ultimately what the Lovers is. It's this magnetism that is polarizing every single thing that you do right now. And that is because the universe is trying to get you to consciously see what is happening. Okay? And then I pulled Open Your Heart, Set Loving Boundaries. This card really aims towards stepping into your full authority. Like, you know what direction to go. You know what decision to make. You know what doesn't work for you. You know what works for you. I'm really feeling like also it's time to take action based on you. You're not going to be taking action based on somebody else's needs, wants, or desires. I'm not hurrying for anybody or not doing something because I need to get to somebody. I'm fulfilling each one of my steps as I go. And if you just so happen to show up along that path, then you were meant to be in there. And so that helps me to clear out all the clutter so that I can see with clarity, with focus. And I'm not lost. I'm not being challenged. I'm just in the flow. Because I'm not doing something because of somebody else. And so that's really what this card represents. Open your heart and set loving boundaries. You are the most important person in your life. And And if you're not filled up with all the love that you require, then you can't give. You can't give what you don't have. You cannot give what you don't have. Okay, I did pull this opposition card, and I really did want to kind of dive deep into that card just to see what we're working with here, to give you a better understanding of what that means. Okay. Bear with me. Bear with me. We're also in Pisces season, and that is flexibility, adaptability, unconditional love, unconditional participation. I think we found it. So oppositions are the pairs figure skaters on the zodiac. To find the ultimate equilibrium they crave, they must learn to listen to each other's subtle signals. So this is like telepathy. And beating hearts, executing elaborate moves by balancing diverse emotional needs and checking any excess baggage. Oppositions show planets and signs of compatible elements in the same modality. Fixed earth sign Taurus and the fixed water sign Scorpio. And there's an inescapable draw between them. These signs work along with the same axis at different ends of the spectrum. Taurus and Scorpio both explore desire and possession, when to hold and stabilize, and when to ungrip and let loose. In our lives, oppositions often show up in partnerships and the places we are asked to make peaceful pacts with the parts of ourselves we'd rather not acknowledge. Lock eyes with your oppositions. Treat them like powerful mirrors of your own possibilities. For them across a crowded room, and invite them to get down, noticing where you swing to extremes and how you can use this process of catch and release and to find the center of every soul. When the opposition card arrives, it's a moment to check in with yourself about any excess or extremes operating in your life right now. Start to explore what balance actually looks like for you and all its dynamic potential. What areas of your life need more love? Like open your heart. Does your angry boss represent a part of your own rage that needs to be channeled? Wow. Can the admiration you feel for your partner's ways of being be turned back on yourself as you reclaim your own lovability? This card is an invitation to dance and romance your own contradictions. Write a love letter to your enemy. Oh, wow. That is pretty awesome advice. I would do that. I'm going to do that. My thought is, I don't have any enemies. And in fact, our biggest enemy is mostly ourselves. So that's a pretty deep idea. We tend to be so hard on ourselves. So I would write a love letter to yourself. What does that even mean, right? Like to write a love letter to yourself. That's beautiful. And I kind of want to see with these cards, let's see if there's any wounds that are predominant. You're clearing and purifying your physical body. Understands the beauty and magic of love. You're retrieving soul fragments, unlocking potential, pulling your power back. Wow. Wow. You are a super powerful being, and you're in perfect alignment, regardless of how you feel. Your feelings, remember, your feelings are always centered on the past, and your feelings tend to create a future based on the past because you haven't moved past the physical body. So right now you're clearing and purifying your physical body. So it's important that you understand that your feelings are false prophecy. It tells you things because of an experience that you've had in the past. So it is important that you use your feelings and nurture it. It's okay. It's, don't put any labels on what you're feeling. Just nurture. If you're sad, be sad. If you're happy, be happy. If you're angry, be angry. But we don't have to define those feelings or emotions. We can just decide that it's an emotion that is ready to be cleared. It's an emotion that wants to find its way out. Okay, so I pulled the Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. Okay, so we're talking about Knight of Pentacles so the Knight is always a messenger, and it's coming in to release you and to offer you something, to fulfill a desire. And what's neat is we have the Knight of Pentacles here holding this pentacle, and then the next card I pulled was the the Aries, and she's holding the earth in her hands. It's like, and these triangles up here represent earth, and the wands represent wisdom and solace, and it's like she's holding the world in her hands. So you're this potent healer. Like, you have the ability to heal people on levels that you may not even see or be conscious of. So you taking care of yourself is vital to humanity, and it is important that you see your value in that way. Understanding that you are high potential. So after people leave your presence, they are just on fire. They're ascending. They're having revelations, awakening moments, just by the mere interaction with you. So really setting boundaries for yourself is vital. You are worthy of anything that you want, anything that you think that you deserve, anything that you have thought of that you want is yours. You're amazing. The Lovers. Wow. That is so wow. Okay, I always like to pull a relationship card. So whoever you are thinking about, I always like to do that. Reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past, and perception. And this is camera. So the mirror, right? If you're thinking about your partner, you guys are mirroring and reflecting each other. And so you both are reminiscing about each other and thinking about the possibilities, making memories. So you're thinking about the potential, the possibilities. This is the pentacle, right? Vision. How can we work together as a team? Learn from the past. So, that's important. What are your behaviors that you recognize, right? Remember, the feeling in your body can potentially translate past memories. So we want to make sure that we're not responding or reacting to what we're feeling. We've got to look at the reality, the 3D, what actions is your partner actually taking, in contrast to what you're thinking they're doing that you can't see. So remember, those are just stories that you've created inside of yourself based on your past insecurities. So we're going to eliminate all of those insecurities. No, thank you. Thank you for sharing. And your perception then will shift and polarize into the positive frequencies, right? Because now you're using both parts of your brain and not just one side of your brain. You're able to see back and forth. Okay, which is vital. Okay. I'm just going to pull a couple of these cards for the significant person that you are thinking about so we can clear any energy that's right. Every time you listen to a reading like this, remember, it is clearing out negative energy. So it is always important to be picky, set loving boundaries when you choose a healer, and be sure that they're in alignment with what you're looking to manifest and not what you don't want to manifest, right? We need to be talking about what we want, brainstorming to shift and polarize the positive, magnetism. So we're going to look at your partner, releasing deep regret. Wow. Okay. That's a big one. That could be completely unconscious. That could be being released completely unconsciously without them even knowing it because of your connection. Trapped in karmic bonds. Okay, so if they're releasing deep regret, their mind is feeling in kind of in a box. And so let's keep going. Understands sacred sexuality, operating from excessive masculine energy, intense longing, aligning with the true self. Okay, so see how I did that? I'm going to continue to draw cards until I move into positive polarity, because we want to work through all the layers, but we want to make sure we end on a positive note. That's how we're polarizing the negative and turning it into the positive. So your partner is releasing karmic bonds through their intimate, loving self and balancing their masculine, feminine energy, focused on their goals, releasing or setting loving boundaries, and they're aligning with their true soul self. And so that's how I did it. Releasing deep regret, so they're releasing. Trapped in karmic bonds, they're releasing karmic bonds. Understand sacred sexuality, they're taking care of themselves and nurturing themselves through this process. Operating from excessive masculine energy tells me that they're balancing their feminine and masculine polarities. Intense longing tells me they're focused on their future, they're focused on what they do want. And self-sabotage represents understanding, right? Because of all the rest, they're letting go and nurturing themselves, releasing this part because they're aligning with their true self. So there you have it. Whew. Wow. Huh. Great reading. Wow. So, okay, this was wonderful. I feel like we can close it at this point. And again, I'm so honored to be here and invite and eager to hear any questions, any ideas, any creativity. I guess like, share, and follow, and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And I love you. Thank you for being here.